Luigi Mangione, a name that until recently was unknown to the world, is now at the center of a national controversy. The allegation? That Mangione shot and killed Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, in a shocking act of violence that's left the country divided. But who is Luigi Mangione? What drove him to commit such a drastic act? And how are people reacting to this tragedy? Let's unpack the story. Luigi Mangione comes from a well-known and influential family in Baltimore, with ties to several prominent businesses, including country clubs, nursing homes, and even a local radio station. His upbringing was one of privilege, but sources suggest Luigi was often seen as the quiet and reserved member of the family. Despite his family's affluence, Luigi's path took a darker turn in recent years. Reports indicate that Luigi had become increasingly frustrated with the healthcare system, blaming it for widespread inequities and the financial burdens it places on ordinary people. While his family thrived in business, Luigi reportedly struggled to find a sense of purpose and was deeply affected by the experiences of friends and acquaintances who faced insurmountable medical bills and denied treatments. And then, on December 10th, the unimaginable happened. Police allege that Luigi entered a United Healthcare Board meeting in Minneapolis and confronted Brian Thompson. Witnesses say Luigi appeared focused and intense, reportedly accusing Thompson and the company of profiting off human suffering. Within moments, Thompson was dead. Luigi fled the scene but was apprehended hours later at a motel outside the city. The aftermath of the shooting has been anything but typical. While acts of violence usually bring near-universal condemnation, this case has sparked a far more complex reaction. On one hand, some members of the public who feel victimized by the healthcare system have expressed empathy for Luigi's grievances, framing him as a tragic figure pushed to the edge by systemic injustices. Social media hashtags like Healthcare Reform Now and Justice for Luigi fueling debates about the state of the U.S. healthcare system. On the other hand, healthcare executives and policy experts warn that this narrative is deeply troubling. Brian Thompson's colleagues and family have spoken out, describing him as a compassionate leader and dedicated father. Experts caution that this act of violence doesn't just fail to solve systemic issues. It risks derailing meaningful conversations about healthcare reform altogether. Luigi Mangione's legal team has announced plans to pursue an insanity defense, claiming his actions were the result of psychological distress stemming from his frustrations with the healthcare system. Meanwhile, advocacy groups are using this tragedy as a rallying cry to demand accountability and transparency from insurance companies. This case has become a lightning rod for conversations about healthcare in America, but it also underscores the dangers of allowing systemic issues to fester unchecked. Experts, including Dr. Laurie Santos, a psychology professor at Yale, remind us that while systemic change is essential, we must also prioritize mental health and well-being. In a recent podcast, Dr. Santos reflected, "When we feel powerless against large systems, we often look for someone to blame. But finding gratitude for small victories and building community resilience can help us navigate even the most broken systems." As Luigi Mangione sits in a Minneapolis jail awaiting trial, the world watches. His story has become a mirror for a nation grappling with healthcare disparities, mental health crises, and the consequences of unchecked frustration. While nothing can undo the tragedy of Brian Thompson's death, the hope is that this shocking event might prompt a long-overdue reckoning with the state of healthcare in America. For now, though, we're left with more questions than answers. Thank you for listening. This has been an exploration of the story behind Luigi Mangione and the tragic events surrounding United Healthcare. For more updates on this and other stories, stay tuned. And as always, take care of yourselves and one another. For more videos like this, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our YouTube channel since this supports us immensely. Thanks for watching Docsy.